Fortnite has been around for quite some time now, so it's pretty rare to find players that have played the game since the beginning. You can always tell who is an OG player or not just by the emotes people do in pre-game lobbies. I honestly don't think I will ever see an end to the floss dance. This dance is just one of several ways that you can identify these players that somehow found the game before everyone else and actually decided to spend money on it. Even if you didn't want to spend money on a free game, which was how I felt back when I discovered the game, you could still flex the MAKO glider they gave out for free. I remember me and my friends used to get so mad whenever someone who had actually bought a skin killed us. Now it's such a different story considering almost every player has some kind of skin. Among these players, however, are only a few that stand out. These are the people that have skins such as Renegade Raider, Black Knight, and even Ghoul Trooper. I wish I could say I have any of these skins, but I never thought the game would become as popular as it is, so if you've been playing the game for as long as I have, yeah, I'm cool. Well, then I'm sure you'll be able to recognize most of today's video going over the top 8 things only original Fortnite players remember. But hey, before we get started, make sure to hit subscribe, leave a like, and click that little bell to know when we upload. We have new episodes each week. Also, if you find yourself buying one of those fancy new Marvel skins and need V-Bucks, use our creator code ArcadeCloudPlays in the item shop before you do. It helps our channel and keeps us creating. Thanks! Now back to it. Number 8. Starting off in the number 8 spot, we have the MAKO glider. Who remembers back when customization in Fortnite was super limited? I know I do, and I always laugh when the people who killed me actually spent money on the game. Well, now it's 2019 and I've spent a few dollars on the game. Just a few. Back in Season 1, if you just so happened to play the game before anyone else, then you were gifted with a glider known as the MAKO glider. This glider looks just like an old fighter jet and overall it's pretty plain. But it's definitely something you can flex to your friends if you have it. See, my problem is that all my friends that play Fortnite all have this glider and most of them have more skins than me because, well, I guess they're just rich or something. Anyways, this glider is a good way to show that you have been playing Fortnite for a long time. Of course, there are other skins that are even more OG like Renegade Raider and the Raider's Revenge pickaxe. But who even has those? We aren't all Tfue. If you didn't get the MAKO glider when it was free, then you could have gotten it for a quick 500 V-Bucks. However, it was removed pretty quickly from the shop after a ton of Season 1 players got mad that Epic Games was selling such an original glider.
Honestly, bro, if the MAKO glider comes back to Fortnite, like I have it, I may uninstall. You know what I mean?
Number 7. I'm sure you were playing Fortnite before there was a giant iceberg covering a huge portion of the map. If you're one of these many people, then there's a chance that you remember Flush Factory. You may have not even known until now that this named location was removed from the map, because literally no one landed here when it was in the game. Epic tried to draw some attention to this location by creating new challenges that brought people here to get kills or open chests, but it just never worked. The location had mountains around it and it was always so hard to get in and out of since it was so far from everything else. I'm pretty happy that Epic removed this location from the game, but it would be pretty cool to see it brought back. If they did bring it back, then it would need to be a part of a town or something along those lines. No one would land there if they just added back to the same spot. Number 6. I bet you think that fighting against someone now is hard. Well, once upon a time, Fortnite was much simpler. People didn't know how to build and things were peaceful. That is, until the double pump came out. Players were abusing this quote-unquote glitch in every single game they joined in, and it absolutely destroyed players in seconds. I had a hard time trying this glitch, and honestly, if you played on PC when this glitch was still a thing, then you had an extreme advantage over literally anyone. One YouTuber named Daquan was able to actually make a video where he was able to use 4 pumps that shot as if it had a rapid-fire shotgun. It doesn't even matter if an enemy is far away at that point. You'll be doing consistent damage. However, if they're closer, then they'll be obliterated much faster. It's a shame that this was removed from the game, but at the same time, I'm glad I'm not constantly dying to people using this exploit. The glitch will probably never make a return since Epic Games decided to put a cooldown on how many shots can be fired from a shotgun, even if you switch from one to another. So, oh well. Number 5. Starting off in today's number 5 spot, we're going to be talking about Dusty DIVOT. No, not just when it didn't have trees, I mean, way back in the past. If you've played the game before the meteor hit in Season 4, then you would know that this location used to be called Dusty Depot, and it consisted of 3 relatively big warehouses. These stupid warehouses were once an abandoned location where no one would ever want to land. These warehouses were just generally in the middle of nowhere. It took so long to get to any other named location, and there weren't that many people landing near here, especially considering Tilted Towers wasn't a thing. Shout out to those of you that landed at Tilted when it first was added. I'll never forget dropping at one location with an entire lobby. The only other location most players went to looking for loot were the nearby factories that got removed from the map without warning. Dusty Depot alone just never had enough loot for a squad or even sometimes a duo, especially if other people landed alongside you and your friend. Number 4. Up next, we have traps, and how these weren't always just the flat spike traps you see in games nowadays. Once upon a time, streamers performed a move called microwaving. It was when you trapped an enemy in a box and put down a wall dynamo that literally fired any enemy within its radius. This was the first of streamers trapping enemies in boxes and killing them without shooting a single bullet. Nowadays, we have much more advanced forms of microwaving where people in solo squads are somehow able to kill the last 4 remaining players with only traps. I still don't understand how this could ever be possible. This wall dynamo trap wasn't the only trap that used to exist in Battle Royale. Other traps included a ceiling zapper and a directional jump pad. The jump pad was later replaced with bounce pads, which were much more useful. The ceiling zappers as well as the wall dynamos were replaced with much more efficient spike traps that can be placed on any flat surface, unless the surface was placed by an enemy player. Number 3. The submachine guns in Battle Royale are just one of the many guns that have received relentless updates. If you've played the game since late 2017, then you should remember the old submachine gun as well as the tactical submachine gun that got completely removed from the game. Personally, I love the tactical SMG. It was an absolute headshot machine, at least right before it got vaulted back in July. Also, the very first submachine gun that was in the game was utter trash. If you don't remember it, good. It was completely useless, you know? It looked a little like this if you've ever seen it before. It's actually based off of the Tech 9 in real life, if you can't already tell. In Battle Royale, it was available as a common, uncommon, and rare, but even if you found a rare one, it was still garbage. I'm glad that Epic was finally able to come to their senses and fix the SMGs in a way that is fair for everyone. When they were experimenting with the addition of the compact SMGs, it was honestly comical how broken they were. It was just the kind of gun that when you didn't get it, you automatically lost. Kinda similar to how broken planes were when they were first added. Completely unstoppable. Number 2. You probably haven't heard of this one, or if you have, I bet you never had the chance to use it. The item in our number 2 spot is known as the ZAPOTRON. This gun was quite literally a massive laser. I mean, this thing could literally laser you from across the map. The gun was released in Update 1.6.3 and was soon vaulted in Update 1.6.4 because it was obviously way too powerful. I never had the opportunity to use this gun, but you can find several videos online of it being used in Fortnite Battle Royale. This gun was only ever available through supply drops, which were extremely rare back then, and I highly doubt we will ever see this gun in the game again. Unless it's featured in some kind of limited time game mode, then maybe, just maybe, we could see it reintroduced. There aren't that many guns that come back once they enter the vault, but I think it would be super interesting to see this gun in a game mode. Imagine a 50v50 game where one player on each team is selected to have the ZAPOTRON. Now this would be insane. I just wonder if it would be hard for them to bring back this gun once it was vaulted so long ago. Maybe they would have to redesign it, and it wouldn't look anything like it used to. Number 1. Finally, in the long-awaited number 1 spot, we have the original Fortnite music. Yeah, I know they added it back in the last Battle Pass if you reached tier 92, which in my opinion was really annoying and stupid because I never actually even got to that tier. I don't understand why they couldn't have just given players the original music soundtrack when you bought the Battle Pass rather than putting it near the end. I guess it's just their way to get people to buy tiers. I just wish I could have gotten it. It brings back memories of playing with my friends a year ago. The original music was especially satisfying every time you got a victory royale, back when you didn't even know how to build a wall. I mean, listen to this. How could you not love this? Especially over the trash that constantly plays now. I guess it's just more nostalgic for me, since I played around the time the game first came out, but it's still so much better. At least they added soundtracks, but now I can't get this flossing remix out of my head. I remember the music used to get annoying, and it was nice when they first changed it, but now I am sick and tired of this music. It would be awesome if they constantly changed it for all players and made it possible to change between the old and new soundtracks based on whatever you prefer. Maybe if they added a new soundtrack every month or two for every player to change between, that would be dope, you know? Well, that's a wrap to our video on the top 8 things only original Fortnite players remember. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to ArcadeCloud for even more awesome gaming content. Thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next one.